Hey guys, how long does it take to become a millionaire? That's what we're going to figure out today. So let's start out with a simple calculation, and a spreadsheet can tell us the answer to this. We're going to type in equals. You can play along at home. Absolutely. We're going to go equals FV. So we're going to start out the FV function, and as soon as I start typing the parentheses, it gives me these little tips. So it says rate. So rate is the interest rate. We're going to type in 10%, comma, the number of periods. That means the number of years that we're going to invest. Or if we're investing with months, if we're going to do this monthly, then we would use months as our periods. But then your interest rate would also need to be months too. Okay, so number of periods, let's say it's 20 periods, comma, whoa, whoops, my bad. Hit the little trackpad on my keyboard instead of actually doing it right. Okay, so the payment amount is the third part. See, so here, the payment amount. So how much am I inputting into my investment every year? Let's say $2,000. It sounds like a lot, but hey, if you're a full-time employee, full-time working, and you could probably afford to do 2,000 a year. You can certainly afford to pay that on a car loan, right? You guys all want to sign up for new cars and do this instead. All right, present value. That means how much money am I starting out with? We're going to start out with $0, and then ending or beginning, we're not going to worry about that. So I'm just going to, after the zero, I'm just going to hit enter, and it tells us that in that many years, what was it? In 20 years at $2,000 a year, I will have negative 114,000. Well, this formula always results in a negative number. So after the formula, I'm going to go times minus 1. And there you go. So I flipped it now to a positive number. So this tells me it's $114,000. I think I need more time. So I'm going to go back in here and I'm going to play with it. I'm going to go 25 years. What does that give me? 196,000, almost 2 million, almost 200,000. That's a lot of money. All right, but here's the deal. This is a cumbersome way to go about doing this calculation. Instead of typing the numbers in each spot, what if instead we used a cell reference? All right, so let's try this again. Up here at the top, I've got this piece. It says, when will I become a millionaire? And I've broken out each one of those arguments for the function, and each one has got its own little spot. And then I wrote a description. So again, let's type in the function FV, parentheses, that's the future value function. FV stands for future value. There is also a present value function. If I have all the other things, I can use a present value. I can use a PMT function. I can do all these things. All right, so they're all cousins to each other. All right, so this one, instead of typing in the rate, I'm going to click on the rate. There's the rate, comma, click on the number of periods, comma, click on the payment amount, comma, click on the starting amount. I guess in this one I started with 1,000, whatever. And then hit enter. Oops, got to make it negative again. Times minus 1. Hit enter. Oh wait, there we go. 41 years. It takes me $1 million in 41 years at that rate. So this is the way that you do it. Now, of course, the reason this is easier is I can go through and I can change this to 20 years. I can change this to 50 years. I could say, what happens if I invest more money, $3,000 a year? What happens if I only invest for like 12 years, but I invest like $30,000 a year? Oh, that's pretty amazing. So I can make all these changes, undo them, redo them, and by changing these little areas, by changing these green cells, that makes this cell, the calculated cell, give a different number. So anyway, that's what's going on. Spreadsheets in 5 minutes.